What are we waiting for?
We're not walking in there until you promise to play nice.
Are you serious?
Repeat after me. Don't fuck with the mayor.
Look, sweetie, I'll fuck with whoever I want to fuck with. I mean, who does this guy think he is?
Viola, is this the kid you were talking about?
Burt fucking Reynolds?
Who else could keep this town running? Besides, I love my constituents.
Sir, I am a huge fan.
Excuse me, honey. Viola says the Saints are the new game in town. If that's the case, I want in.
Yeah, great. What do you need?
I got a zombie problem that I want.
Wait, a what problem?
Zombies.
You mean metaphorically, the celebrity-obsessed media-drugged masses, yes?
This ain't Los Angeles.
I'll tell you about it later.
You knew about this?
So what do you say, kid?
Undead cleanup ain't exactly in our wheelhouse, but we'll give it a whirl. Aren't you worried about pissing off Stag?
You're acting like I never had to outsmart a paramilitary organization before. Call me when it's done.
Oh my god, this guy is fucking awesome.
Stop being a fanboy.
Hey guys, it's Bananaowns here bringing you episode 30 of my Saints Row the Third Let's Play, and in this episode we're going to fight some zombies. So from the last mission, zombies have made their appearance at Stillport, and basically Mayor Burt Reynolds asked us to take care of them. I know what you're thinking, Burt Reynolds, the guy from Gator? And I'm a fan too, I'm a fan as well, but the main character in this game, I think all of them have the same dialogue when they meet Burt Reynolds, where they're super excited, like, it's fucking Burt Reynolds, man, it's Burt Reynolds. So, I think it reminds me a lot of the TV show Archer. And, so, in the TV show Archer, if you don't know, is about it's an animated show on FX, and it's about a secret spy agency and their shenanigans and stuff like that, and basically it's their interactions and how dysfunctional they are, and it's kind of similar to, a lot of people say, Arrested Development, just with spies, basically. So the main character, Sterling Archer, who's like the bumbling James Bond type spy, is like, he's a super fan of Burt Reynolds. Like, it's Archer's idol. But then, like, there's an episode that features Burt Reynolds, which is really funny, because Burt Reynolds is dating Archer's mom. And it's really funny because, like, Archer tries to, like, kidnap Burt Reynolds, and then there's a Cuban hit squad that's out for Archer, and it's super funny because Burt Reynolds ends up driving a car like he does in his many movies and stuff like that, being a super badass, and actually turns out to drive the car and save him from the Cuban hitmen and save all of his friends. And overall, it's a really funny episode, and if you haven't seen the show Archer at all, or watched the show Archer at all, it's a really great show. It's super funny, and it's on Netflix right now. The first 3 seasons are on Netflix, and then there's 4 seasons right now, but the 4th season isn't out on DVD or Blu-ray yet, so it's not on Netflix yet. I think you can buy it on iTunes, but it's a really great show, and it's really fun. I think a lot of people that like the sense of humor of this game would actually like the sense of humor of Archer. Speaking of TV shows, I've been watching a lot of TV lately. I managed to make my way through 2 seasons of New Girl, which is a really great show. It's funny because I kind of like sitcoms like that, especially the ones that deal with, like, relationships. I don't understand why. I'm like a really big fan of How I Met Your Mother. Don't really know why, but I just really enjoy that stuff. And yeah, so New Girl, and I would also recommend another show that's really funny that I think people that like the sense of humor in this game would be the show Legit by Jim Jeffries. And if you don't know, Jim Jeffries is an Australian comedian who recently kind of took off a bit here, and not into like insane levels, but he's kind of famous now here. And so yeah, so he's an Australian comedian known for very dark humor, very offensive humor. And he has a special on Netflix right now that you can watch. So if you want to watch something for Jim Jeffries, just type in his name onto Netflix and you can find a special. I don't know what it's called. So he has a show out on the FX channel as well. I think it's going to be on FXX. Basically, it's their new channel that they're trying to run. So he has a channel, though, on FX right now. That he has a show called Legit, which is basically written by him and starred in by him, and it's really funny because you notice right now there's a lot of jokes from his stand-up as well, and it's pretty funny because it's really dark humor. Like the pilot episode involves him and I think it's his manager or his friend that he lives with. Basically, they take out the manager's little brother, who is like deathly ill. I can't remember what exactly his condition was, but like he could barely leave the hospital. So they take him out to a brothel in Vegas so he can lose his virginity. And it's probably one of the most hilarious, basically hilarious, but also heartwarming episodes I've ever seen. I was trying to think of a word right there. Yeah, it's very, very heartwarming, and you actually start thinking, like, this was a pretty nice thing to do. And then the show really gets into a lot of humor like that, and a lot of comedy, and basically, it's freaking hilarious. Basically, watch Legit, watch Archer. New Girl might be a little niche, but watch that too. At least give it a chance. That show, at least the first season's absolutely great. I really like the second season, but apparently not a lot of people felt the same way. How I Met Your Mother, it's in its last season. That varies on how good it is. It depends on what episodes, but if you get hooked on it, then I can guarantee that you'll be with it until the end. Some other TV shows coming out here, some comedies. Let's see here. I stay away from Big Bang Theory. Don't watch that. I don't think it's funny. Maybe if you want to watch that show, watch the first and second season, where it was a bit different, and then after that, it started becoming just a generic sitcom. And basically avoid that one. Some other comedy shows. Modern Family is pretty great. Basically anything that has pretty high ratings, except for, well, not high ratings, anything that gets pretty high critically, I would say is a pretty good shot, is a pretty good bet. There's not, comedy tends to be a bit more hit and miss on in terms of sitcoms and on TV and stuff like that, but if you want to watch shows like on Comedy Central, I don't know if Amy Schumer's show has gotten picked up, but I think you can watch her first season of her show probably on like ComedyCentral.com or something, which is really funny, really offensive. I think it's called Inside Amy Schumer. Of course, I know, offensive name. There's Anthony Jeselnik has a show that's really dark and like kind of like Jim Jeffries humor. And anyway, enough TV talk. I'm about to end this episode right about now, so I'll see you in the next one, guys.
Commander, what the hell are you doing?
There have been some complications, Senator.
Complications? Don't talk to me about complications. I want results.
You want results? Then authorize the use of the data list.
Even if Congress got on board, Homeland Security would never allow it. This is out of control. I am coming to Steelport.
Zombies and Monica Hughes?